Welcome to Science Time with Miss Dani. Our Bible passages today are Ephesians 6:10 through 12, Ephesians 6:17, and Acts 16:25 through 40. Paul talks about the battle we are fighting against evil and tells us to put on the helmet of salvation. Even though they can get in trouble, Paul and Silas wear their helmets when they spread the good news about how Jesus can save people. They get thrown in jail, but God sends an earthquake to free them. Then, instead of escaping, they help their jailer put on his helmet of salvation. We are learning that we have an evil enemy who doesn't want us to be friends with God, which is called salvation. Our enemy wants to make us believe that we have to do a whole bunch of things just right to be friends with God, like figuring out a code to salvation. Let's see what it's like to solve a cipher, or a message written in a coded language. To solve the cipher, you have to figure out the code. Ciphers have been used for hundreds of years to send important messages, and things kind of like ciphers are used to make languages and codes to make computers and websites work. Ciphers can be pretty simple or really complicated and almost impossible to figure out. What makes putting on the helmet of salvation hard or easy? God's enemy wants to trick us into thinking that salvation means figuring out some sort of code to being perfect. But salvation is much simpler than that. There's no tricky code to figure out. Salvation is believing in and loving Jesus. And when we know that, we can fight evil with salvation. Make sure you come back next week for more Science Time with Miss Dani.